What is up, obscure mic people? Bark coming back at you with another microphone test review, whatever you want to call it. I'm talking on the CAD E90, which honestly is one of my, if not my favorite, USB/XLR dynamic microphone. It does have its flaws, but I think it sounds really good. I think this is one of the better sounding XLR USB mics out there. Actually, I think it's one of the better sounding XLR mics out there, and it's usually $99. I think it's absolutely fantastic, but we've got a competitor. This is going to be the base model that we're going to compare against the FEELWORLD. FEELWORLD. You gotta feel the world. Sounds like a Michael Jackson song. Hee hee. PM1 dynamic microphone, podcast dynamic microphone, if you want to believe that. I feel like the Relic Cart has a PM1. Not exactly the best branding there, maybe, but it's an XLR USB microphone in its own right. And FEELWORLD did send this over for the sake of the review, so thanks to them for sending it over. The box feels pretty heavy. I've not plugged this thing in or anything. Shake it up. Shake it up. Okay. Anyways, let's do an unboxing video and then move on, hook this up, see what it sounds like in XLR and USB mode. For the sake of knowing, I'm using a CAD E90 in USB mode because, you know, if the USB mode is there, I think that's the primary use case. And XLR is when you want to get an interface or whatever. It's like a now and forever kind of setup. So let's unbox this and get on with the show. Podcast microphone, PM1. Let's open it up and have some fun. All right, you open up the box. The first thing you're going to see is a circle. That circle is going to be a base stand, I believe. Yes, a discus, a throwing discus. Pretty heavy. Just noticed something here. The hole in the middle, that is, the only thing is the pad that's stopping that from going through. That's weird. That's an interesting choice for sure. All right, we get in there and we get made in China right off the rip. Podcast microphone, manual, good stuff, bad stuff, I don't know. Let's see. We get a, come on now. Come on, meow. We get an adapter. It looks like a small extension. That's actually to the base stand, I guess. So it is short, so it won't poke through. It should stop right there against the flush part. And yeah, that could come in handy for some stuff down the line. We do also get a USB A to C or C to C. You got the A and C on one end and then just a C on the other. I rather dig that. That's nice. Instead of a little adapter that slides on, it's just a split cord. So we've got that, and it looks like we also are going to get a very cheap XLR to XLR. Very cheap, like super duper cheap. Probably not good quality at all, but at least you get one. You know, beggars can't be choosers. Then I assume this is going to be the microphone. Yes. We've got the microphone. It has an LED light ring. We've got a mute. I don't know what that we've got a turn dial here, and it doesn't press, so it's just a turn dial, and then we've got some kind of marking here. I don't know if that's a touch capacitor or what. We got some FEELWORLD branding. Nice windscreen to reveal the screen. And that does have foam in it. So we've got foam and foam. So plosives may be okay unless that capsule's right at the end here. And then on the back, we've got USB, headphone jack, and our XLR connection. It feels okay. The yoke mount's good. The body is metal. The weight is okay. Overall, it feels world. No, it feels very okay. Let's hook it up and rock. All right, so now we have the FEELWORLD PM1 wired up USB mode ready to go. I am happy to say it has latency-free monitoring, so that is a plus. It's a plus. So latency-free monitoring, good to go. What I have found already as a flaw is in trying to adjust the headphone volume. I cannot seem to get that. I can only seem to get the gain to go up. You're supposed to be able to long press this and then it goes into headphone volume mode, but I see no difference when I go up and down with the dial. Yeah, I can't, no matter what way I turn the headphone dial or this dial here, I'm not getting any difference in my headphones. It's only when I adjust the gain, which I find to be interesting, but that's okay. It's got latency free monitoring. It works pretty well with the gain. Like the volume in my Sennheiser HD 439s is pretty good with the gain turned up to whatever level this is with the knob there, working fine. So, and as far as the sound of the microphone, not too shabby. I was worried that this was going to be another copy of the F-Deuce SL40. It doesn't exactly sound like that. It doesn't sound as V-shaped, so I think we're okay there. I think it is not an SL40 Toner 510. Those are the same mic. There's another one out there too, the Donner, that has the same bunk can looking rear end. That one is also the SL40 in another body. So this does not sound like that to me. This sounds quite okay in USB mode so far. So not too shabby there. This mic's going to run you roughly $60, and actually it's on sale for $53.99 on Amazon at the moment, so link down below for that. Normally $59.99, $53.99, $60. So far so good for that price. I think the sound isn't too bad. Now granted, we got a lot of microphones in this price category. We've seen a lot of XLR USB combo mics come out in recent times. So the question is going to be, does this one sound good enough, look good enough for you to like really want? Now you're going to get that LED light. I don't think you can turn that off. It does not look like you can turn that off. This is 24-bit 96 kilohertz, so that's also a plus, and it's a cardioid polar pattern. There's what I'm talking about here, just so you can know. This is the manual, so to speak. Frequency response on there, whole 9 yards. You get everything you need, basically. You get a little stand. It's on a yoke mount. You know, it's going to work for you. It's going to get you started, no problem. And I do think it sounds okay. I actually have kind of grown against that V-shaped sound a little bit. So the SL40 is not my cup of tea here lately. The F-Deuce SL40. I actually prefer a little more of a straightforward sound and not so much that super V-shape that microphone exhibits. But this FEELWORLD feels pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Let's do some plosives. I heard one come through just as soon as I said that. We're going to do some plosives on this thing. Then we're going to do the off-axis rejection, all that good stuff. And then we'll throw it in XLR mode and see if it sounds any different. So let's go plosives first. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pineapple pizza. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pineapple pizza. Peter Griffin. Now we're going to get right on top of the microphone so you can hear what it sounds like when I am directly on top of the microphone to eke out some proximity effect. And the proximity effect is indeed there. I would almost say that capsule's right at the end of the grill. So there you go. You want to stay about 3 to 4 inches off of it unless you want that proximity effect to be that strong. Now let's go ahead and disconnect here. And I'm using the, Gator Frameworks quick release, link in the description if you want that too, because why not? And let's go ahead and talk into the front of the microphone and go 90 degrees off axis, 180 degrees off axis, 90 degrees yet again, and then slowly back around to the front of the microphone. Pretty good off axis rejection too. I'm actually, fairly impressed there with that. So we've got a mute switch. Now you long press this little capacitor button here to go between headphone volume and gain. Like I said, I couldn't get the headphone volume to work. Not sure what's up with that, but everything's fine here with the gain adjustment. So I think we're good anyways, but it would be nice if that would have worked. It would have been nice. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't think so, but whatever. Let's go ahead and touch the single tap into mute and see how that sounds. And we are talking. And as you can see, the LED light went red when we were in mute mode to let us know we were not audible. Yep. All right, we've heard this thing in USB mode, and in USB mode, I gotta say I'm kind of impressed with the sound. I think it sounds pretty good. It's not super noisy. Not getting anything on the level meters as far as noise goes, so it seems to be okay in that regards. Let's go XLR, wrap this thing up, see how it sounds. Give it a grade on the BB-SAR, and talk about baby dinosaurs. BB-SAR? Baby dinosaur? Okay, so now we are in XLR mode on the FEELWORLD PM1, and I must say, shit got a little harsh. I mean, it's still okay, and it's not a whole lot different, but I do feel like the microphone in XLR mode is a tiny bit more harsh. I'm running it through the Yamaha AG06 Mark II. Link in description if you want that one too. Because why not? Just buy it all. Give me a bonus on Amazon. I need monies. I'm like Mr. Krabs. Give me all your monies. All right. Anyways, I'm going a little crazy here. If you can't tell, I'm feeling good. This microphone, I think, is totally worth it for $53.99, $59.99. Absolutely worth it if it's going to be your podcast and YouTube microphone. Does it sound fabulous? No, but it sounds pretty solid for the price. USB mode, again, I think sounds a little better, a little smoother. The XLR mode, Peter Piper, Pick to Peck a Pickle Pineapple Pizza, proximity effect. It all seems very much the same. Just a little more harsh in XLR mode. In my opinion, sounds just a little better in USB mode. But again, not horrible. I would say that this would get grading over time in XLR mode. USB, just enough to not exactly get grading on my ears. On the BB-SAR, I'm going to give the PM1 from FEELWORLD a score. Overall, not USB and XLR. It's a combo mic, and it's pretty close in sound between the two. It gets a 7. I think it is definitely worth a buy. It's a solid microphone, and a lot of people are looking for a microphone that can do multiple things in this price range. Kind of the perfect price range for something like this. So, you know, an odd brand should come into the market hot on price, because when you get to $100, there's a lot of big name brands that are doing really cool things on a budget. So to undercut that as a company with a lesser name, and I think this company specializes more in video than audio. I think this is their first foray into a podcast or broadcast style microphone. So, you know, 50, 60 bucks, kind of the sweet spot there. So it's a solid 7. I think this microphone's plenty good enough. If you like the way it looks, like the way it smells, likes the ways it tastes, then by all means, grab it from the link below. Again, nothing earth-shattering, mind-blowing, or, you know, groundbreaking. Nothing like that, but a good, solid entry into this category and price range. It's definitely good enough, and that's what we're going to roll with. Thanks again to everybody out there who supports the channel, new subscribers, new channel members, just all the folks that comment. Appreciate the heck out of it. FEELWORLD PM1's out of here. Bark's out of here. See you guys next time on Obscure Mics. Peace out.